Hi Earthquakes fans, it is Danger and Danielle with another tactical breakdown for you, looking back to the exciting, yes, exciting win that the Earthquakes had over FC Dallas this past weekend. General thoughts as we get started here, Danger?
3 goals and 3 points.
Not too bad.
It's not been very often we've said that for a while, is it? But you know, at the end of the day, it was a really good road performance. We'll break down the goals in a while, and we'll look at some of the aspects of things that must have taken place during the week to prepare for this game in terms of video analysis and everything else. But I think you have to look at a good team performance where they were sent out with a good plan and they stuck with it and got the points.
Great, so let's take a look at all of the goals, the 4 goals scored in this game in order. Let's start off with Vaco's goal. Assist goes to Shea Salinas, great run in behind.
Yes, and it was a wonderful ball by Shea Salinas, but just going back a second, talking about the video analysis, you know, you got to look at where a team at home, like Dallas, having a lot of success, they're going to press high, which means there's going to be a high line at the back. And I think that Michael Starry and the team knew about that, and Michael Starry wanted to send his runners from midfield. So in this particular situation, Shea gets the ball, and it's a fabulous ball with the outside of his right foot. I mean, all the credit to him to find that space. But when the back four is in a high line like that, it's key that Danny Houston makes the right decision. And the right decision in this particular case was to do nothing. Yeah. Just stay there, because if he goes early, he's going to be offside. But he lets the space there for Vaco. Vaco comes from deep, not tracked by Hedges, goes into an area where he can go one-on-one against Jesse Gonzalez, who's made obviously for everybody that's seen the clip, he's made the wrong decision to come out when he didn't need to at that particular time. But Vaco then, as we know, he has the strength to ride a tackle. He has wonderful close ball skills, and then he beats Hedges again and slots it into an empty net. So a great individual goal by Vaco, a wonderful ball by Shea Salinas, but misplayed by Jesse Gonzalez, not great defending by Hedges, but also from a tactical sense, something that the team had worked on in practice, sending those runners from deep. Credit to Michael Starry. Yeah, and the thing that stood out for me the most was the fact that when Vaco got in, he had clearly beaten Jesse Gonzalez at this point, and he cuts the ball across the front leg, across the standing foot of Matt Hedges. That's what you want to do. All your weight is going one direction when you're a defender. You want to cut across the grain, use their momentum against him. That's exactly what he did, and he had the composure to finish that from a pretty tough angle, I would say, when he first received that ball. So Dallas responds in the first half on a goal by Roland Lamar. What's your assessment of what Dallas did well in that goal and what the Quakes could have done better? The high press from Dallas, good reaction after going a goal down, the kind of reaction you want from your home team when you go a goal behind. It was sharp play by Reggie Cannon, who was pressing the ball that was played out. He got there first in front of Hika. He got there first in front of Godoy. Shea Salinas, I think, didn't want to give away a penalty there or a free kick in the top of the box and backed out of that tackle just a little bit. But what went well for Dallas was good aggressive play in the final third, trying to win the ball back in good areas, which you want any team that's trying to play a high press. Good example of doing that very well, and it creates then a tap in for Roland Lamar from the ball for Michael Barrios. But from a Quakes perspective, if you're going to play the ball out from the back and try and play that kind of football, the players receiving that ball have to be a lot stronger and expect the challenge, or the player giving the pass has to make better decisions and not put into an area where you can be attacked like that. And so good work by Dallas, a little bit sloppy by the Quakes. So Jamir Hika come in, and for me he's been a bright spark the last couple of games, and he particularly likes playing against FC Dallas and scored another goal for us. Yeah,
and he likes Dallas. He's scored a bunch of goals in Dallas, but this was a great response at the beginning of the second half for the Earthquakes. A wonderful ball served by Anibal Godoy, much like that early ball served by Shea Salinas in the first half to Vaco, but great first touch. Yeah. That to me is the standout moment in this particular goal. Yes, another goalkeeper error. Yes, this is why you shoot. This is why you get things on target. You can't shoot if you don't score, but the first touch is really the differentiator for me in this goal. Yeah,
the angled run into the box, that was working for the Earthquakes. Wondolowski did one later in the game from that same position. I think that the vision of Anibal Godoy was special. And as you say, if you don't shoot, you don't score, right?
That's it. So in the second half, the Earthquakes did have to weather the storm a little bit. Andrew Tarbell coming up with quite a few saves. What is your thoughts on really how his leadership was and the saves he made, especially in that second half?
Well, I think anytime you go into a team that is top of the league or the Western Division and you get the win on the road, you're going to have moments of good fortune. The Quakes certainly had a few. I think that Tarbell did well making the saves he had to make. A little bit fortunate on the one that he spilled, but also was able to get up and be strong and get the right arm on the shot from Barrios. But overall, I think the Quakes are a lot more organized, as we'll talk about, and in a defensive shell, but certainly rode their luck a little bit, especially with the late chance that went to Christian Coleman.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're an FC Dallas fan, he's got to put that one away.
Head it back where you came from, man. That's what you got to do. So late in the game, the Earthquakes get the cherry on top, score that third goal. Great heads-up play by Chris Wondolowski. Great composure to find Vako at the far post.
Yeah, as these kind of games evolve, and the home team gets those one or two chances, and they don't take them. You've seen it so many times in the game that the goal is going to come in at the other end. All the credit has to go to Wondo. He has a little bit of a moment where he turns himself into Cristiano Wondolowski on the left-hand side, and he beats not only one but three players along the end line. Once again, Matt Hedges, are you kidding me? What is he doing defensively? But the key to this is that when Wondo gets along the byline, he has that experience and composure to get his head up and pick out the pass to the right player, and this is Vako sliding in. So yes, Vako gets the goal, but so much on the shoulders of Chris Wondolowski for, number one, coming off the bench with a great attitude, playing in a position that he doesn't really play that often on the left-hand side of midfield, putting in unbelievable work defensively, and then having the Ronaldo moment to set up Vako.
So
fabulous.
Chris Wondolowski, one of the reasons that the Earthquakes had some success, but why the 3 points in this game, Danger? What's the difference in this particular game?
Well, I think sometimes, you know, you have to hit rock bottom before you can bounce back, right? And I think the moment for this season for the Quakes was Montreal, not because they lost the game to Montreal, but the moments that went on and the shenanigans that were going on the sidelines, etc. And I've seen since then, I've seen a togetherness in the team. A big part of that has been the addition of Goran Kasia. I think that his partnership with Howard Cummins has solidified things at the back four, the Earthquakes, and that back four now with Salinas playing a lot better, by the way, and Nick Lima. That's a back four you can sort of build on. Tarbell's performances have gone up because of the addition of Kasia, I think, as well. And then the other addition has to be young Luis Felipe coming in and doing a really good job, to the point where he's making players around him better, like Anibal Godoy, who's a World Cup player. So if you add to that the positioning of Vako in a position he wants to play, and the strong play of Danny Houston, who will always score goals, the spine of the team is a lot better than it's been. And it's the same spine, it seems, for the last 4 games, and that's important.
So looking ahead to Colorado, what do we expect to see out of this spine and out of the Earthquakes in general?
Well, I wouldn't change anything. I think that you know, you've got to give this group a chance to continue to evolve. I do like Wondo coming in on that left-hand side, because I think he, from that position, can attack the ball and give Houston some support. Because most of the good service that comes in for the Earthquakes tends to be from Nick Lima, and also Magnus Eriksson cutting in on his left foot from that side. So having a player who can poach goals, whether he starts or comes in late in the game, like Wondolowski, needs to be on the field, in addition to the 11 that are starting, in my opinion. But it's a good team in Colorado, a tough place to play with the altitude, the addition of Kellen Acosta right now. But it is a team, I feel, that in the form, and we haven't said that much this year, in the form the Quakes are in right now, they can go there and get a result. It's much watched TV right now.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to the Earthquakes on a great result in Dallas. Looking forward to seeing the same in Colorado. This is another edition of Danger and Danielle's Tactical Breakdown. Thanks for joining us.